amount not to exceed $7,500. Sure.
Through the chair, thank you for having the time to talk to us. I think you may have heard by now, but the Taylor Police Department's had a hard time getting ammunition, as
Everybody in this country.
as have many others. So we're not the only people, but right now we were able to find a sole source that can get it for us now. And I know that some of the places are almost a year out for ammunition. So this would be taking $7,500 from our police operating supplies fund and moving some of that money over so that we can get the ammunition now. This will be enough to get us through the department qualifications and should set us for about a year for our 5.56 ammunition. It's just really hard to come by right now, and you may have heard from the newspaper stories, but some of the things, but some of the local agencies, the citizens, and everybody else are having it, so we want to be able to get the ammunition now while we still can.
Is this just a standard round?
Yeah, it's just the same that you would see for the M16s if you were in the military. This is a 5.56, this is very comparable. This is for our AR-15s, and we are running kind of low on those, so we want to make sure that we have enough that we can qualify and have some spares.
This is actually, it's good that you found this, especially this amount for that price. So.
Yeah, it's more than we had spent in the past, but right now, you know, we can't be picky about it. And again, this is a Michigan one. We've talked all across the country, and we're just not having luck. I mean, our main police supplier is out of like the Kentucky, Tennessee area, and I know that months ago some of the other places put in, they still don't have it. So since we had the opportunity right now, we'd appreciate the approval so that we can just jump on it now to make sure it doesn't go away, because I'm sure it'll disappear like that.
Quick, through the chair, too. How are we doing on handgun ammo?
We're trying to get some of that too. We have it in the works. We're able to go with the Michigan Police Supply out of, or the Michigan Ammo out of E-Course, and they've been a really good partner of ours. For some reason, the 5.56 ammo really hasn't been their specialty working with our weapons, so we wish that we could do that. But we did find that when we had the factory grade, that works very well with our AR-15s and our 5.56 ammunition, or 223s for people who might be familiar with that. They're close. But the 45s, we are having them make that now, so that should be coming up very soon.
Are they basically, we're not using reloads, are we?
Not for our patrol, no, but for practice we do.
Yeah.
And we have, it's very high quality ammunition. I mean, I've been a firearms instructor for 15 years, give or take, and I can think of only 1 or 2 rounds where we had any issue with the reloads there. But again, that is not the same that we would use to carry for our duty.
Would you mind telling how many rounds does it take to qualify?
Usually what we try and do is put everybody through with 100 rounds for a qualification course for your handgun. And then depending on what we do with our initial qualification, it's 50 to 100 with the AR-15. And I believe we've talked about it before with the rifle program that they're looking to get in place. Those weapons should be coming out pretty soon. We want to make sure that we have enough ammunition on hand so that when we do the qualification, when those weapons finally come in, we have enough to get everybody to have their patrol rifles and have them out on patrol.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Thanks, Chief. Appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Item 6.2 is a motion to approve purchase of $7,975 to FairFax Electronic Service low bid vendor for the installation of electrical drops at the fire station for emergency vehicles to plug in and charge, funded through Fire Department repair and maintenance account. Questions for Chief? Want to just give us a quick overview of what this is?
Yes. So, as you know, we've been kind of switching over from gas power to electric on a lot of our equipment. So, we don't have the electrical capability in our stations right now to plug in our vehicles to recharge. With the ambulances, you know, we have the power load stretchers and the monitors and things like that that need constant charging. We're burning out a lot of batteries and inverters, so we're just trying to get some drops to kind of charge them from the station electricity.
Are the drops retractable?
Not retractable, but they have the whips on the top, so that, and they also have a breakaway thing, so if accidentally someone drives off, they break.
How many plugs would it be? Is it Can you plug your truck in and everything in the truck is plugged in? So
Well,
it's
right now, we
charged?
have a few electrical extension cords kind of going through the ceiling right now, because we have to do what we have to do right now.
But I mean, the
But-
truck is set up and they're plugged into the truck. Do you have one plug coming from the truck that'll charge everything in there?
The plug goes from the wall into the truck, so it actually will charge it that way. And then once it's on, the inverter will take over in the alternator and charge things as it's going. But when it's parked, it drains the battery quite often.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, Chief. 6.3 is a motion to amend CCR number 7.286-20 from July 7, 2020 council meeting and add a new PA contract for Home Depot in the amount of $4,000, and this is funded through General Fund Fire Department Operating Supplies account.
So this particular one, we're seeing that we're getting close to the threshold of $2,000 for the for the vendor. So myself and purchasing kind of work together to get this going, so we could do a PA contract. They call them PA contracts now.
So is this an additional 4,000 to, or are you creating a new line?
We're just creating a new. We never did one for Home Depot, and
Okay.
we've been buying a lot of cleaning supplies and things like that. So it's kind of draining what we normally use Home Depot for. So this is just an additional.
This is
And then the creation of the PA contract.
through the chair. This is more of cleaning supplies and stuff like that.
Cleaning supplies, lubricants, things like that.
Okay.
Any other questions? All right. Item 6.4 is a motion to amend CCR number 7.282-20 from July 7, 2020 council meeting to add a new vendor, KMS, Krasity's Medical and Surgical Supply, in the amount of $5,000, and this is funded through General Fund Fire Department ALS account.
So this particular one, we, as you know, we use Lynn Medical quite often in MedTech. Just networking with some other fire chiefs from other departments, we found that some of them use this particular vendor, and their prices seem to be not, really less expensive, but they, some of the things that we use quite often, they're cheaper, so we wanted to include them as a vendor. We just never did at the beginning.
Any questions on those?
I have a question for the chief before he leaves, that way we can get it out of the way if possible.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just that way we
That's
don't
the
have
last
to hold him in case he wants. We got anything else
I
coming
think
up?
that's the last fire one, right, Chief?
Yep.
Yeah, you're good, go ahead.
Yeah, Chief, I just have a question for you. In reference to the AEDs in the city, are they in all of our buildings, all city buildings?
No, not currently. We have one at the courthouse, the sportsplex, and the senior center, which I maintain. I go around every 6 months and check the batteries, make sure that the pads are up to date, they're not expired.
Do we have any over at the recreation facility?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. The ones on my list are just senior, TSX, and court.
I think Guido, you're saying no, there's not one over there?
Now, we put in a couple grants to try to, get AEDs for all city buildings, but at this point, we didn't get that.
And the reason I'm asking is because that's becoming such, especially even down at our recreation center, because you got people working out, running, and all the events that go on down there. Are any of our personnel or city employees in these buildings trained how to use those?
I couldn't speak for the rest of the staff. I mean, I know we've trained the police department before, and a few of the, I believe it's Parks and Rec people, but I'm not sure what they're
Well, the good thing about
training.
them is,